Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by rolling hills and golden fields, there lived a humble farmer. He wasn't rich, but he had enough to get by. Among his few possessions was an old donkey. This donkey had served the farmer faithfully for many years. He carried heavy loads, plowed fields, and walked with the farmer through scorching summers and cold winters. But as time passed, the donkey grew old. His legs weren't as strong, his back wasn't as steady, and his usefulness on the farm faded. The farmer, though he cared for the animal, allowed the donkey to live out his final years freely. The old donkey would spend his days wandering the fields, nibbling grass under the warm sun, and watching the younger animals work. Life seemed peaceful until one fateful day. On that sunny afternoon, as the donkey wandered near the edge of the farm, his hooves slipped. With a loud bray of surprise, he tumbled straight into an old, abandoned well. The fall wasn't fatal, but the well was deep and narrow. The donkey, frightened and shaken, tried to climb out, but the stone walls were too steep. He began to cry out loudly, his desperate brays echoing through the village. Hours passed until finally a neighbor walking by heard the cries. Curious, he followed the sound and was shocked to see the old donkey trapped at the bottom of the well. He ran quickly to the farmer's house. "Your donkey. He's fallen into the old well by the fields." The farmer's eyes widened in alarm. Grabbing a rope, he rushed with his neighbor to the site. When he looked down into the well, his heart sank. There was his donkey, trembling and helpless, staring up at him with wide, pleading eyes. The farmer quickly called for more help. Soon, a group of villagers gathered around the well. They tried lowering ropes, tying sticks together, even coaxing the donkey to climb. But nothing worked. The donkey was too weak, and the well was too deep. As the sun began to set, exhaustion set in. Farmer leaned against his shovel, torn between compassion and practicality. Finally, he sighed heavily. He's too old. We've tried everything, maybe. It's kinder to let him go. The words fell heavy on the ears of the villagers. They understood what he meant. The donkey had lived his life, and perhaps this was the end. With a heavy heart, the farmer asked his neighbors to help fill the well. If we can't save him, at least we can put him to rest quickly. The villagers reluctantly agreed. They lifted their shovels and began tossing dirt into the well. The first shovelful landed on the donkey's back. The animal cried out in terror. More dirt rained down, covering his mane, his shoulders, his legs. At first the donkey panicked. He brayed and stumbled, convinced this was the end. But then something shifted. The donkey paused. He shook himself, sending the dirt tumbling off his back. Then instinctively he stepped up on top of the dirt. The next shovelful came. Again he shook it off. Again he stepped higher. Each time the villagers threw dirt, the donkey refused to give in. Instead of being buried, he used the dirt as a ladder. Shake it off, step up. Shake it off, step up. Slowly the crying stopped. The villagers grew puzzled. They peered into the well, expecting to see the donkey half buried. To their astonishment, they saw the animal rising higher and higher. With every load of dirt, he was closer to freedom. The farmer dropped his shovel and leaned over the edge. His eyes widened in disbelief as the donkey finally reached the top. With one last determined push, the old donkey climbed out of the well and trotted into the open field. The villagers gasped. The farmer stood frozen, overcome by a flood of emotions, shock, relief, and guilt. He realized that while he had given up on the donkey had not given up on himself. That night, the farmer sat alone on his porch, staring out into the moonlit fields where his donkey grazed peacefully. He whispered, almost to himself, "Sometimes, the ones we think are weak are stronger than we'll ever know." The lessons we learn, friends. This story isn't just about a donkey. It's about life. Life, all of us. Life will throw dirt on you. People may doubt you. Problems will pile up, one after another, until you feel like you're being buried alive. But here's the secret. You don't have to let it bury you. You can shake it off and step up, just like the donkey did. Every difficulty can either trap you or lift you. The choice lies in how you respond. Think about it. The donkey could have stood still and cried until the dirt covered him, but he refused. He turned every problem into a stepping stone. How often in life do we do the opposite? We let the weight crush us. We blame others. We give up. But the donkey shows us another way. Shake it off. Step up. Again and again, until one day you'll find yourself standing free at the top. Lesson 2. Self-reliance. Notice something else. The donkey didn't wait for anyone else to save him. He realized no help was coming. Instead of giving in, he saved himself. This teaches us that while support is valuable, sometimes we must rely on our own inner strength. Nobody knows your battles the way you do, and nobody can fight them for you. Lesson 3. Self-worth. The farmer thought the donkey was too old, too weak, too useless. But the donkey proved that his worth didn't depend on anyone else's opinion. People may label you. They may think you're not good enough, not strong enough, not talented enough. But you are not defined by their judgment. Your true value comes from within. When you believe in yourself and refuse to give up, you show the world what you're capable of. Final reflection. In the end, the donkey didn't just climb out of a well. He climbed into a new life, a life of freedom and strength. And you can too. No matter how deep the pit, no matter how heavy the dirt, you have the power to rise. So the next time life throws problems your way, remember the old donkey? Shake it off. Step up. And keep going until you find your way into the light again. Because sometimes the darkest moments bring out the brightest strength within us. And just like that donkey, you'll walk away not broken, but stronger, wiser, and free.